Speaking of exclusives, though, there was some really cool news. I want to talk about this. This is going to be my topic for the week. Studio GoBo has partnered with Microsoft Studios. I know what you're saying. Oh my God, Studio GoBo. No, you're probably thinking, who the hell is Studio GoBo?
Studio Ghibli?
If only. So they tweeted out today, Studio GoBo, at the day of recording, that's April 27th, 2017. We can't wait to share more with you about our new partnership with Microsoft Studios. So this was huge. People are like, Xbox needs their first party. They need their own IP. They need their own developers. We need some new games, Xbox exclusives. This is huge. So, like I was saying, I didn't know who Studio GoBo is. Most people don't. So I went to their site and I was looking at their catalog, right? I'm going through here. They worked on Disney Infinity 1, Disney Infinity 2, 3, and 3.5. What they did for those were Moana, Star Wars, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Pirates, respectively. The Moana one didn't ship because Disney Infinity got canceled. So they have some pedigree with Disney. The game that they developed before that, they worked on F1 2012, which is a racing game, beautiful game, shows that they can work on high-end products. AAA, F1 maybe wasn't a AAA game, but it's that quality, right? The graphic quality. So that's huge. Also, one thing that people notice is in their job description, they're looking for a character animator, and it specifically says Studio GoBo is looking for a talented character animator to work on a new AAA character action franchise for a global client. So now we can speculate. Obviously, the global client is Microsoft. What I want to talk about is what this can mean for Microsoft. I'll bring up my three ideas, and then you guys can bounce off of that, give me some more ideas, or you can just think of, how plausible these are. So the first idea I have of what they're bringing him in to do is a new IP. Don't have to go into this. It's a new studio they haven't worked with. They could have them making something new for Xbox, right? A Bloodborne, a Days Gone, a Horizon Zero Dawn, something. That's the boring answer, right? As cool as that is to have a new IP for Xbox, it's the boring answer. So the next thing, they have a pedigree with Disney. I've talked about for so long that I really think Marvel struck up a deal with Xbox. I think that Phil Spencer went to Marvel and they're like, we want our own exclusive game. We saw how excited people got for Spider-Man. We want to make that kind of deal. We know you guys are focusing on games. We have studios that can make great quality experiences. And maybe Disney was like, hey, we have Studio GoBo. They worked with us on Disney Infinity. They're not working on anything right now. Maybe we can do a partnership this way. That would be great, right? Disney has worked with them. They have a relationship. They can trust them with Disney's IP, which is huge. So I think that's a possibility. The last thing is Fable. Now, the reason I say Fable is Studio GoBo is a studio based in the UK. Lionhead was based in the UK. I think it'd be really smart for Microsoft to have that pedigree of a UK studio and bring that UK pride to a game like Fable, an Xbox exclusive. I think that'd be great. Studio GoBo is based in Britain. Also, in the description, AAA character action franchise, they left an RPG. That could definitely still be Fable, So I really think that those are the three possibilities. So new IP, Disney or Marvel exclusive game, and Fable. What do you guys think? What do you think Studio GoBo could be working on for Microsoft?
Minecraft.
Oh, that was the other thing. Yeah, the Minecraft Toys to Life. Yep.
So, yeah, be it Toys to Life or some kind of, the 3D action game. I have no idea what that looks like, but remember Microsoft bought Minecraft, or they bought the studio. I can't even remember the name of the studio. Mojang. Right, for $6 billion or something along those lines, which was the price of Star Wars and Lucasfilm, which is baffling. But anyway, I don't think that they've quite tapped into, the money they can make from that IP, considering how much they paid for it. So I think they've been working on something for a while now, and maybe it's not, the Studio GoBo deal. Maybe someone else is working on it, but I think something big for Minecraft has to be coming out of Microsoft soon here. But that's my guess. And maybe it's a Toys to Life type deal, given Studio GoBo's experience. But I think we just haven't heard enough of Minecraft in general, given the value of that IP.
Yeah.
So I think those are really all quite good and plausible guesses for what could be the outcome here. I'm not sure about them making the Marvel superhero game, just because even though they've done the F1 game or whatever, I'm still not sure they could make a big third person open world action.
Yeah, that
game.
they have that pedigree. Yeah, completely understandable.
So who knows? Maybe they do have it in them, but just not sure. So, Minecraft Toys to Life, I think is, obviously fits, and then I think Fable. Once again, that's more of a AAA series, so I'm not so convinced that they could be doing that. But certainly a new IP, that could certainly be it, because Microsoft obviously needs that. Obviously, they've been talking a lot. Right around the time Horizon came out, it was like, well, Phil Spencer, where's all the Microsoft, exclusives? What are we doing here, man? And so he had to answer a bunch of tweets about that shit, and so, I think eventually, hopefully sometime this year, E3 maybe, we get to a point where it does feel like, okay, Microsoft's headed in the right direction as far as their exclusives and their new IP.
I think the weird thing too is I've seen some people be like, why is anyone caring about what they're doing? It's probably we're not going to see it for a couple of years. No, Studio GoBo announced that they're working with Microsoft Studios today. We don't know how long they've actually been working together.
Right.
Yeah, we have
could
no
be
idea.
out tomorrow.
It could be, yeah, exactly. Or
probably not.
They could have had this deal last week. We don't know. I think the Toys to Life Minecraft is a safe bet. It makes sense. Kids love toys, kids love Minecraft. Merge those two things, no brainer, right? The only thing weird there is that there's no really amiibo kind of functionality on anything Xbox related. Kinect is kind of dead and gone, right? So that's kind of weird there. I don't know how they would implement it. If they do maybe they do a Lego Dimensions kind of thing where you have to buy the portal and then it comes and you plug that in USB and then you put the things in there. That could work too. I think that's huge. The thing with Fable, I think this is more likely than the Marvel thing, because I do agree with you that they might not have necessarily the pedigree that, though they have a relationship with Disney, maybe Disney and Xbox, like, we don't want to entrust this studio, right? Because it's supposed to be a big AAA game. With Fable's a AAA game, but it's not necessarily up to this, like, Uncharted, So,
I mean, they could, they might be able to stretch it. Who knows?
Yeah, I think it's interesting. Obviously, we don't know. I hope, I don't want to guarantee, but I really hope we see what Studio GoBo is working on at E3. I hope that's one of the, hey, here's a studio we brought in. Look what they're working at. Because that's what I really want to see from Phil Spencer and those guys. Is like, yeah, Scorpio, whatever, talk about that. But, like, here's a studio. Here's what they're working on for Xbox. Here's a studio. Here's what they're working on for Xbox.
The other thing,
Scorpio, that little thing.
The other thing we didn't even consider, and I never really thought of this before all the Battlefront 2 stuff came out. Maybe Studio GoBo is just working on one piece of a game, right? And there's 3 other studios also playing a part of this. Whereas, like, for Battlefront 2, I think it's Criterion is doing the story, and Visceral is I'm butchering. A different studio is doing the multiplayer DICE, and then a third studio is working on all the the vehicle stuff or something like that. I can't remember exactly.
Yeah, but the benefit there is those are all EA owned, so it's a lot easier to have those studios work together.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So that's a lot different because they're all under one little branch. I think I really hope that Studio GoBo's game is kind of featured in our predictions when we do those. See what everyone thinks they're going to be showing or what their game's going to be. That'd be really cool. I think that's pretty much it for that. I think we just can't wait for E3 and can't wait to see what they're doing. I think Toys Life would be smart, but time will tell what we're going to be doing.